Today, we will discuss a topic that touches the heart of society, the church, and above all, every home, the family, according to God's design. In a world where family values seem to be fading, it is crucial to return to God's Word to understand His divine purpose for the husband, the wife, and the children. How can we strengthen a home that has Christ at its center? The answer is found in Ephesians 5:22-33. Join me on this journey through God's perfect plan for the family. Let's begin with the role of the husband. The Bible tells us in Ephesians 5:25, "Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." The husband is called to reflect the love of Christ. This means his leadership is not authoritarian but servant-hearted. He must love his wife with sacrifice, patience, and understanding, just as Christ does for the church. A husband who follows God's design does not seek his own interest, but the spiritual and emotional well-being of his family.
As for the wife, Ephesians 5:22 says, "Wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord." This submission is not a sign of inferiority, but a response to divine order. The wife is called to be a suitable helper, a firm and loving support for her husband. Her role is fundamental in building a home that honors God. Together, husband and wife form a team that reflects the unity and love of Christ and His church. And we cannot forget the children. Ephesians 6:1-2 reminds us, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother." Children have the responsibility to honor and obey their parents, but they also have the right to grow up in a home where they are taught the ways of God. Parents must be examples of faith, love, and discipline, guiding their children toward a personal relationship with Christ. Now, how can we strengthen a home that has Christ at its center? First, by prioritizing prayer. A family that prays together stays together. Second, by studying God's Word together. The Bible must be the foundation of every decision and conversation. Third, by practicing forgiveness. In a Christ-centered home, forgiveness should flow as freely as God's grace. And finally, by serving together. When a family serves God and others, they grow in unity and purpose. The family is not a human invention, it is a divine design. When we follow God's plan for the husband, the wife, and the children, we experience the blessing of a home that reflects His glory. Today, I invite you to evaluate your family. Is Christ at the center? Are you fulfilling your role according to God's design? Remember, it is never too late to return to biblical principles and build a home that honors the one who created us. Thank you for joining us in this episode of La Voz del Principio. We'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring God's Word for our lives. See you soon.